again.
Let's do it again, shall we? What you missed was Mum was a few seconds late to the show, and I didn't press go live. Ta-da! Wow. Thank you for your patience, everybody. What a knobhead. So, let's do it all over again. What
People have been having colds. People have been having COVID. Take your pick.
Everyone all right? Everyone all right? Yes, the fuckery of Tuesday is still strong. Yes, so Mum's had a cold, a traditional cold, retro, coffee, spluttery. Did you have temperature? No.
It's just here.
Can't believe. Sometimes
it's the only cold I ever get.
Sometimes I worry that nobody is watching. I love the fact you're all watching now because I can see the numbers up in the top corner. But I was thinking, I wonder how many. No one's got involved on the chat yet. Now this doesn't seem right. This isn't my normal my normal situation. Do you know why? Hadn't pressed go live. So please.
There was I worrying. I had stuff to do. Lucy just said I had 20 seconds. I took 30. I could have taken 2 minutes.
I then did an intro, basically joshing my mum for not turning up for a live show. But it's okay. Wasn't a live show. I hadn't pressed go live.
It was just the rehearsal, the dress rehearsal.
And Jason, I am already looking at the Facebook comments. So, and I will endeavour to do strong. Ray, I'm still eating, so we'll look, but I'm here on time for once. Yeah, you were, mate.
We weren't.
We
were almost here.
Lizzie's put the fuck is strong in this one. This is not the fuck you're looking for. The language tonight, honestly. Oh,
it's fucking terrible.
I had a little run-in. Not a run-in, but I had a slight conversation where an older gentleman had decided I hadn't done something to his satisfaction. So I used a lot of profanities in a sentence. And you could see the disgust that a young lady would use sweary words. And he fucking popped off.
Desired effect.
Because we're allowed to drive the trucks, but we must be quaint.
Oh, hello, sir.
Oh, thank you for letting me join in with your work.
God. Do you want me to take the gravel off one piece at a time?
So he wasn't impressed. He said, you took a long time doing that. And I said, mate, personal best. He said, why? I said, because I haven't done it before. What he could have done is he could have introduced himself and said, hello, my name is such and such. Would you like some assistance on doing this? And I would have gone, thank fuck for that. I'm so glad you're here. I've been making it up as I go along. But no, he decided to only give me his review. And sorry, my love, but this isn't TripAdvisor. So jog on. But if you are watching, thank you for the viewership. Please get involved on the chat. Tell me how offensive I was. Right, let's have a look. So, yes, I've got the chat comments here, but Lizzie, I doff my cap. Let's have a look here. So we've got Amanda. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Amanda.
Loz, you're up. It's our clocks have gone back. But yours have stayed the same. So I believe you're 8 a.m. because that's what Valerie just told me. So good morning, ladies. We've got, I'll see you off later because I'm off to work. We'll have a lovely day, Loz, and great news about the little girl that's sweeping through the world. The little girl in Australia has been found. Woo woo.
Is our little boy there?
Not yet. That's me, Jason. Hi, on later today, driving home, so can't comment. We'll listen. Well, hey, of all the days not to comment, look at me. I'm swiping for the Facebook comments because of you. You've become my little reminder in my brain. 5 stars, very good. Thank you very much, Lizzie. Ray Turnett, you mean you weren't driving whilst wearing your bonnet? Oh, the shame. I know at one point I took my gloves off. And it wasn't even a Sunday. Hi, Mum. Hi, Ray. Hi, everyone. And hi to Mum's sidekick. Also, welcome to the Christine Show. Damn it, that catchphrase is actually getting really catchy. Mavanri, I've just mentioned you. Salutations across the world to celebrate the little girl Cleo has been found. Hey. I thought of you, actually. On Saturday, we went out for a few drinky poos.
Really? I didn't notice.
And I came up with a great idea. Let's all do shots. At which point I went, shots fired, pew pew, which is the Vandy's catchphrase. So you're affecting lives all over the world. Just quick check. Right, so Lucy update. First of all, I want to say how strange it is in my new job. At the moment, everybody seems really nice. I'll give you a few more weeks to see if I was wrong, but no, everybody seems really nice. I don't know whether or not they issue Valiums when people start working at the firm, but everyone is so laid back. And you're like, what about this? And everyone's like, yeah, that's how that goes. Oh, no stress. Well, happens as it happens. The workshop, all the guys in the workshop appear to like each other.
And to do work.
So when one of them leaves the workshop to do something else, everyone else doesn't just slag them off.
Well, that's
I know.
nice.
It's like in most places, like Big Brother, like whoever's standing in front of you is nice, and then whoever leaves the room gets absolutely berated by the rest of the group. They seem to like each other. The music isn't bad they play. It's generic, but it's not, at no point did I feel suicidal. They seem happy to help. I've given them a list of things that I'd like just, tweaking, and they've done it. I'm still looking for the catch. All the colleagues that I ring up and go, do you know where such and such is? They're not like, oh, can't you find it yourself? I'm not here doing your job for you. I don't quite understand it at the moment. I'm loving it. But do I trust it? Yeah, I think I do.
You have to give a certain amount.
I'm growing trust in people.
Wow.
Well, there we go. There's an update. Write that down. But yeah, I'm working with people that literally, I said to one guy today, I just noticed he's watching, that I literally said about him today, I think if his house was on fire, he'd probably give it 5 minutes until it was warm and then leave. But yes, thank you, everybody. If you are watching from my work, I've got nothing bad to say about you until I turn off the live button. Because you're nice, but I'm a sod. No, honestly, it's really, really strange. I could get used to this.
Well, you don't come home fretting anymore.
No, and getting up in the morning is easier because I'm not like, I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm just saying it's getting easier. I want everybody to know I only get up early because it is a contractual obligation, and it's not something I condone. But I will do it as a swap for money. A lot of people, they like, oh, yes, my day off. So I got up and I went for a walk.
Yeah, all right.
If you see me up at 8 o'clock on a Saturday going for a jog, that is me saying I'm being held against my will.
My mother wants me to do stuff.
Oh, we nearly fell out the other day. Should we get up early? What are you going to do, Chris? Is you going to go back to bed? We had a delivery on Saturday. They said they were going to arrive between 7 and 10:59 p.m. 10 a.m. Sorry. So we set the alarms for 7, 7:30, 8. We missed out 9. Then we got back up at 10, and they turned up at 25 past 10. Thank you very much for that delivery window. Have a think though in future, because that is really cruel. This show almost always makes my Tuesdays better. Love it. Oh, right. So what? There's room for improvement. Is there, J-Dog? Amen. You and exercise in the same sentence. Exactly. If I don't keep exercise out of my normal regime, how will you know when I'm being held captive or being forced to do something I don't want to do? It's really important. It's like exercise is my visual safe word. Go to the other things. I see you won't stay in bed all morning. Yeah, I see you won't stay in bed all morning. No, sometimes I get up for a pee, get up for a coffee. I don't drink the coffee. I go back to bed. Ray, if I see you out jogging in the morning, you've gone too far. In fact, if you see me jogging, I suggest you join me. It means there's an explosion or some major something going on behind me. Yes. So what else? So I've named my truck Leona after my friend Leona, who is she watching? She's not watching. I can say
Okay,
what I want.
yeah.
This is when she types and it goes, I am watching, you just can't see. So I've named my truck Leona. And I'm not, I loved Brittany, I loved Joan the first, I loved Joan the second, but this Leona, we're not bonding, but I managed to achieve something yesterday which visually looked impossible. I had my colleague on the phone at the time, coaxing me, or as I say, sort of, what is it when you get someone off a ledge? Sort of like a Samaritan's phone call going, it's okay, you can do it. And I managed to meet this lovely rare breed of Devonian yesterday. It's not that rare, actually. They're quite common. What they've done is they've moved to the countryside, and they are in denial they're in the countryside, and they don't like anything to do with the countryside happening in their house in the countryside. So they could live next to a farm that's been there hundreds of years. They've just moved in 5 months ago, and they're going to try and get in the way of the trucks or put their cars places or accuse you of stuff. And what goes really well with a miserable personality? A miserable face. Oh, man, the wind had changed on this one. And really, I wouldn't wear red and draw attention to that. No, she had a red hat and a red coat. She looked like danger from a distance. Oh, and sponsoring the show tonight is the M&S 0.005.
Whatever it is, you have to be
It's
18 to buy it.
Yes. It's exciting apple juice where we pretend we get to open a bottle and go, hoo-hoo! That's
Yes,
short-lived. Yes, so there are some very tight places. There are some very miserable neighbours getting used to my truck. Now, on Halloween, it wasn't Halloween. It was, Lizzie's put, my text voice isn't working today because I'm slurring my speech. Oh, baby girl. And it's not because she's drinking. Stephen says, hello.
Hi, Stephen.
Hey. I've got to keep swiping. Talk you down. Oh, so what was I saying? I went out on Saturday. I wasn't feeling it. I rang my resident goth, rang the goth wife, and she is unbelievably peppy for a goth. I think goths are. I think it's an attitude. I think it's a fashion design. I don't think that means you have to be miserable. So my little peppy goth talked me up, helped me with my outfit, sent me on my merry way. Many laughs and shenanigans were had. Many jokes were told, and the most important thing, I danced.
Gosh,
now
could that be classed as exercise?
It could be. It's
an enjoyable exercise.
It's an enjoyable
and it
exercise.
Took place at night with alcohol.
Yes, it did. It's like those pro drinks where they, when they got the salt and the sugar. Not a protein drink. Oh, this is how good I am with fitness. Like a Lucozade, Gatorade, energy drink. But no, not an energy drink. But it's anyway, for those of you that do exercise, you probably know the name of it. Jason, do I normally dance? Yes, I does. I love the jig. A Gatorade, and Noel's put, you can take your Halloween mask off now, sis. You little shit.
She didn't wear a mask, darling. She wore ears.
Oh, my catty ears, actually. So thank you. And the DJ played music. But it was very new music, like stuff off the radio. So I didn't really know it. And I said, does anybody want to come for a dance with me? And little Alex that was in the group, he out of nowhere, he went, I'll dance with you. He said, but I don't know how to dance. So he came onto the dance floor with me, and just as we went on the dance floor, some bloody new music came on. There was not a catchy beat in it. I could only describe it to this poor boy having to do a samba on week one Strictly. He's standing there, and the look of concentration trying not to let me down. I couldn't find a hook to dance to. And he just went, can we go sit down again, please? And I was like, yes, it's for the best, darling. I think both of us have embarrassed ourselves. But it's so cute that he did it. Ray, I know quite a few goths. They're not just upbeat, they are adventurous.
Mm.
That's a choice of a word.
It's an extreme choice of a word.
Like a power drink? Would you say a power drink? No, it'll come to me. It'll come to me probably tomorrow. So watch Twitter for me. See if I can update it. Yeah, it was lovely. But the DJ, I don't know. In the end, what he realised we wanted is cheesy disco dance tunes. At one point, we all turned to him and just went 80s, but it wasn't like a request. It was more of a snarl. So we wanted you come on, Eileen. He did those cheesy songs that kids dance to. Ooh, ah, I wanna know. And you know what? All of us sang like we were in a football stadium and danced like we've never danced before. I think for a lot of people, it was our first dance since lockdown. We've had a couple of jigs.
We have
had a couple of jigs.
Have had
We pretended we were allowed out. We had friends. But this was an actual going out and having fun. And you know what? I was really impressed with the amount of outfits. Everybody was dressed up. One guy I know, he was dressed as Uncle Fester, but the habit was really annoying him. So he just sort of hitched it around his waist all night. He was like, I don't know how you fucking wear these. One boy had like a skull makeup. He'd rubbed off the black lips like probably 3 minutes into the night. So for the rest of it, it was just like a smear. It looked like some sort of advertising campaign for some sort of expensive perfume. Just a smear of lipstick over him. One girl had proper prosthetics with like vein or tendrils going over her mouth. That's a drinking with a straw all night, that is.
Oh, that is too much hard work.
Points for effort, but you're going to have to regret that. One lady was dressed as a zombie nun. And believe it or not, she kept the mask on, but did later on take the habit off. I would have kept the habit and lost the mask. But fantastic
no
work.
Accounting for Joyce.
Stevie D's on. Good evening, ladies. Hey. Let's have a look. We've got more comments. Right. So Steve said, my truck is called You Piece of, what is it? What are we driving, cuz? Iveco. I've got no chance of laughing at anybody. I'm driving an automatic Renault, so I've learned to swear in French. You mad? Jane is watching. Ray has put quick callback. Christine is okay. We're saying fucking, but Shia is saying see you next Tuesday. Puzzle of Swansea. Leave it, mate.
So sorry.
Leave it.
I will
Leave
never,
it.
ever.
Never. Jason's put, I can't dance. I love it, but I can't. Gatorade's the type of drink I'm thinking of. It is the kind of drink. What would you call it? Would you call it it's not an energy drink. Is it a power drink? Is that what you would call it? You know, where it's got like glucose.
Steroids.
I love a can of steroids. Anybody's looking for an advertising campaign, well, we're looking for a sponsor for the show. The Lucy Show, sponsored by Steroids in a Can. And if you don't like it, I'll come round and do you. Sports drink. I think they're called sports drinks. No, honestly, because you get them in canteens and stuff. Sports drinks.
For sports.
Yeah, for sport. But because of my lack of exercise leaning, I couldn't work out the name of the drink you drink while sports is a sports drink. They're very handy in hot weather, though. I did like them a lot when we were in sunny places. I remember being in sunny places all those times ago. So if lemonade is made with lemons, Jason, is Gatorade made with gators?
Yes.
Well, Mountain Dew must be made with mountains.
Mm.
So moving on. Oh, God. 22 minutes and we haven't even moved on to the village update. Right, you nosy buggers, you know what time it is. It is time for the village update. So, breaking news. The youths that have been terrorising the village.
Absolutely awful.
So they remember I said they went into we have telephone boxes, and because we don't have public telephones anymore, I mean, what's Superman meant to do? He'd have to learn how to read, because they now become little village libraries. Take a book, bring a book, you know, that kind of thing. So what the youths...
And they've got shelves.
They've got shelves, yes. Some have got more shelves than others. So, yes, the youths not broken. They opened the door. it's a phone box. No burglarization was happening. So they opened the door, took a book out, set fire to the book. After the way I feel about my Renault this week, I hope it was a French dictionary. And they ended up setting fire. That's the time we'll dry. I thought we'd been broken into. That's nice. Calm down, everybody. Breathe.
Do you want to turn it off?
No, it's fine. I now know we're not being assaulted. So set fire to some trees. They then they managed to set fire to a plastic bottle in the public toilets, causing it to melt. They left the tap running, and I felt really nostalgic. Since when do we have taps you can turn in public spaces? I thought it had to be the ones you did that to. We haven't. I've not seen any fundraising for electric taps in the village. That's going to take a sponsored walk or two. And they blocked the toilet with debris. Little shits. So because of that, they can't have any little shits. The toilet's been locked. Yes, it really is the few ruining it for the many.
I'm just surprised that because it's such a lovely village.
It is a lovely village.
That the parents of these children aren't aware of what their children are doing. Because if they're of a certain age and they're out,
yeah, you know if
there's
you're,
a possibility.
and you know if your kids are shit.
Yeah.
When I was a teacher, you did have little prince syndromes where they're like, you know, my kid's an absolute dream come true, you know, and they turn up to school and they're fucking Satan. But the kids that are doing this, they've got a pack mentality. They've probably got one personality between 5 of them because they're all trying to blend in and egg each other on. Because kids are stupid enough to think being popular equals being normal. Whereas when you get to this age, you're like, normal is not what legends are. Niche is what legends are. Are you hearing me, Lizzie? It's possible. It's time for Curious Chicken News. Sorry. Electrolyte drink. Is it electrolyte drink? I think it's an electrolyte drink. It's a sports drink, electrolyte drink. Yes, thank you very much, team. If only I'd done better planning. I did some planning. It's possible that the parents are shits too. Well, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the entire village judging the parents. Rich parents, possibly cis. Yes, that has a tendency to happen because they think little Tarquin is out there talking philosophy when actually the little shitbag is melting plastic bottles. But it's teens. I don't think it's classist. I don't think it's money. I think it's age. I think teens at the moment are shitbags. And they didn't actually misbehave this much in lockdown. There was a bit of this, but they weren't out doing nothing.
But you only need one bad one.
Yeah, one bad apple spoils spoils the cider, as I say. So now, lots of pumpkin days going around, pumpkin farms. Ooh. What happens to the leftover pumpkins after Halloween then?
Mummies usually make them into pumpkin pie.
Well, no, the ones you've bought. But what happens to the pumpkin farms? Can they sell them to?
I wonder if they could mash them up for animals.
Now, well, that brings me on to another page. Lizzie said, I used to set things on fire, but not in the toilet. That's a horrible place to hang out.
If you're a little shit bag, it's the only place.
And they're all too young to understand any George Michael jokes. No. Noel's put, Ray's put, hi Noel, sorry, wasn't ignoring you, just a bit rough today. And they goes, animal feed. Now I find that fascinating. So, pumpkin time, pumpkin lesson time. Please, if you have got a pumpkin and it is in your garden and you're going to just leave it to rot, because that is absolutely commendable, because the birds and the squirrels and the insects, they all love it. What I'm asking for is for you to put your pumpkin on a pedestal and treat it like the prince or princess or other that it is. So if you can elevate your pumpkin, the little hedgehogs can't get to it, because hedgehogs like the taste of pumpkins, but it makes them really poorly ill, and it means they cannot eat. Spider's watching. Hey, hi, Mum. Good to see you.
Hi, Spider. We haven't heard from him for ages.
Well, I heard from him today, but you got to say hi to me as well.
Well, he's already said hi to you.
Oh yeah, my message. Can we get a new segment called Kitty Update? Now,
No.
you could
Bring the box.
bring the box for Jason. Kitty Update. My friend Kyle. My friend Kyle. Take the fish out. Just take the fish out. Has anyone seen those flippy fish? There's like a security system for cats. So my friend Carl sent me a present, and the present is great, but the present isn't as good, up a bit, as the Amazon box. This way, there we go. Yes, no cat beds have been used in the making of any sleep today. No expensive ones.
No, they're all in the corner.
So hang on, I'll put these are the ones that say my kid is an angel. Jason, pumpkins are great compost. Usually get put back in the soil. Alan's put, can I leave it for the swans? Yes, I think so. But the thing is, because I don't know if you get a lot of hedgehogs mixing in spaces where there are swans, because you find the hedgehogs in the garden. You don't tend to find swans in your garden unless you're the queen. True or false?
But hedgehogs might be on the canal bank.
Yeah. So can you elevate it? And don't forget, you can elevate it for the swans because they've got massive necks and they're like winged people, angry winged people with little fists.
Where do they keep their fists?
Under their wings.
What's they got these huge wings and a little fist.
Very much like dinosaur chickens. Yes, back to pumpkins. So squirrels like it, birds like it, insects like it. Lift it for the hedgehogs. I believe swans are big pumpkins fans. What some people say you should do is smash it up and put it in the woods, because the deers like it. And I do think you tend to find more hedgehogs in housing in areas than you would in the woods. But then again, all the books I read, Mrs. Tiggy Winkle, and everybody that lived at Bramley Lodge was a hedgehog as well. So I don't know how it works, because a lot of the some animal farms, like animal zoos, they take them for food. But there's a thing saying don't take your pumpkin to the Quantock. There have been pumpkin dumpers. Each year, people take them and just smash them on the floor on the mountainside, and then Foxtrot Oscar. Some of them with the candles still in them. Like, I've never looked at a pumpkin and thought, I'm not just going to fly tip. I'm going to go wherever else fly tipped, and probably involve an hour's walk and a 2-hour drive. Don't understand that one. So compost, yes. Get in touch. There are some like mini zoos, farm zoos, animal centres, that kind of places that will take it.
Petting zoos.
Thank you very much. I'm great with the old words tonight. But yes, just please do everything you can. And whilst we're on Team Hedgehog, make a little CD-sized hole in your fence, so it means they can walk from garden to garden, so they can escape predators and find new food and travel around and have a lovely time. And it means they don't have to go on the road because they can go around houses. Yeah, there we go. Big fan of the hedgehogs this year. Comments. So we've got Spider, pumpkin dumpers. You like that one. Takes they go to animal feed. Lizzie's put, I nearly killed a swan with a malt loaf. You've alluded to this story before. I'm assuming through feeding it and they're not allowed it, or did you just literally keep it in the serene packet and just lob it at its head? Takes a lot of neck to be a swan. Don't waste good malt loaf on wildlife. It's really fun to throw a pumpkin somewhere high. That's from Lizzie. We've never done that.
No, because every time we've had pumpkins,
they've
been huge, you'll be able to lift them up.
Is that where Billy got the name for Smashing Pumpkins? There we go. We've just come with the origin of the band. Top hedgehog tipping from Adam McLeod. Thank you very much. Is the hedgehog issue an England issue, or it's a UK thing? I don't know about where they have them elsewhere. But I know my American friends that have seen my hedgehog posts have gone like, wait, what? You got hedgehogs? Like, yeah, we have real life Sonics everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to my newts. Now, somebody's lost 2 dogs. That's not funny. But then also somebody's lost a dog lead. And I could not be thinking, now, if they'd been together. Yeah, the two dogs are missing. There were the 2 that I found on the back road once. And I wanted to go on the local forum and say, I found these dogs where, here I am. I was lost as well. So luckily I managed to Google map it and go, this is where the dot is. This is where the dogs are. And they were lovely little things. They did look like they needed little neckerchiefs though, but they are escapee dogs. And they're only that big, so they'd be able to, like little terriers, little buggers. These jokes don't fit the bill. Oh. You can bank on that joke. Hey, Lou. Hello, beauties. So, if it's 8 a.m. in Australia, Lou, what time is it in New Zealand? Louisa has hedgehogs too. Okay, so, Jason, there you've learned. There's some in New Zealand. I can only assume there are some in Australia if there's some in New Zealand, although there are snakes in Australia, but there are not snakes in New Zealand. So that doesn't necessarily mean that everything follows suit. And we have them in all of the UK and I believe in Ireland. I've no reason to believe they haven't.
But actually,
Elizabeth,
we're not
yes,
really
they
bothered.
do.
Oh.
Maybe it's a ritual. They sacrifice their pumpkins to the Great Pumpkin. Still shouldn't have shot Kurt Cobain, though, should you, Billy? Conspiracy theory. Woo. And whilst you're on it, the big conspiracy theory: there are no such things as birds. They're government drones. So what does that make a swan? Yeah. Louise, Lou, sorry, 10:34 a.m. Oh, so you're 2 hours ahead. Oh, hang on. I've got to try and pronounce this. Echidna. In Australia. Ooh, I'll have to Google that, see what that's about. I'm assuming, do they look like hedgehogs or is that just their version? Are they little spiny things? I'm quite intrigued. There was also a lot of pumpkin vandalism going on.
Well, there would be.
Yes. Halloween decorations destroyed on one house. And one woman had crocheted a pumpkin. And she got very annoyed that the pumpkin had been taken. And then someone said, people were making those and hanging them in the park for people to take. So when they saw hers, they probably thought, brilliant, it's overspilled into the other streets. I'll have that. So the woman's like, I had no idea. I'm sorry for the angry message. Don't worry, love. It's a village forum. That's what it's for. Think twice, type once. Then we've got drone wanted.
Drone?
Yeah, because of missing dogs. So there's a group of drone people, men, who help look for missing dogs.
Well, that is making good use.
Much, much better than just looking at ladies sunbathing. Right, how did we spell that? ECHID. Echidna. Sometimes known as spiny anteaters. Oh, well, they're cute. Let's see if we can show that to camera. Look at that. They got big hands. They could play piano. They could. No,
they've got long noses, very long noses. Our hedgehogs
are a little one. Echidna. Oh, okay. Not bad. Now, this is something everyone can get involved and tell me. There's going to be a talent show in town soon where I last performed.
Really?
Yeah, not in that place. No, just in that town. So tell me on the chat, what would be your talent at a talent show? I can make my toes double jointed, but I'm not going to put my, I've just realised that this is the internet and putting my foot on the internet is probably more revealing than me putting a nudie picture. Yeah, you buggers you. If you want feet pictures, you've got to pay like the rest of them.
Yeah.
What would your talent show be?
Ooh. Having no empathy.
It is a talent, I'll give you that. I like to sing, I like to dance, I can't juggle.
No.
I've always wanted to juggle. I'd love that to be a talent. It's so pointless, but it's so awe-inspiring when someone just picks up juggling balls. I can do a little bit of poi, so that could be it. And then until I get really, really complicated, then I just hit myself repeatedly. I once bought fire poi. They've never been lit.
That's far too dangerous.
If I can't move on from the soft bean bags and hit myself, if I can't not hit myself in the face with a soft bean bag, I'm not allowed the fire version.
Nope.
So everyone else, what would be your talent, please? Echidna, and yes. So yeah, come on. Please tell me. I can make the audience disappear just by talking. Spider, don't be an idiot. Ray, we do drone on, it's true. Ray, I can roll my R's. Oh, yeah. A lot of Welsh people can do that, but not.
He's not
Welsh. I can sing. I can even tell jokes. Ooh, triple threat. Who else? Come on. I used to do vibrating. Is that where you can literally make yourself vibrate when talking? I'm quite impressed. I like that one, Spider. No, what would be your talent? What would you be your talent if you went on a talent show?
Annoying his sister.
That meant to say fire breathing, not vibrating. Autocorrect. So yes, fire breathing. Ooh. You've got to put it's that liquid stuff in it.
Petrol.
But is it paraffin?
Darling, whatever they are.
They go, yeah. No, not a big fan of that.
Hello, Will.
I quite like it when you get magicians that come out because you think, as an adult, oh, magic tricks really cool. And then you picture them as that awkward teenager that was learning to do those tricks in their room by themselves.
What, with all burnt lips?
No, not the fire breathing magic.
All right. Willy woo.
I must say fire breathing. Yes. So now. Oh, Lou, knowing things. You know things. Well, like QI. Do you have QI over that? You don't have QI. I think every single every planet, every country on the planet has QI. Fuck knows what be my talents is. Cuz if you're still watching, I was saying I can roll my ass. Oh, you're too innocent for this. Stop picking on the host. My show. My talent is I can't run a show. Yes, now, not in our village, but not far away, there was sightings of located and it was dealt with and taken away and destroyed. Guess who's back? The Asian hornet. The murder hornets are back. Early for it this year because they were about May or June, because first of all we had the Australian fires, then we had the pandemic, then we had the murder hornets, and it happened in that order. So somebody I put on about the Asian hornets, right? But I didn't say what they can do. And to surmise, they can do an acid attack.
Wow.
I don't know whether they carry a little jug where they spit it or whether they sort of, comes out of the back of them where their stinger should be. But little acid buggers. Not nice. I'm not picking on Christine. You're the sidekick. Hey! Don't pick on the host. Thank you very much. Yes, and as we showed you with Kitty, Mum took some lovely pictures today. No cat beds were used at all for the relaxation of the day. Blankets, chairs. What we've done is we've made our house too comfy. What we need to do is start taking away all the soft things, all the soft edges. We need to sharpen things up, make it cold, slippery, very unappealing, and then just have the bank of cat beds in the middle. Take away all the toys. The Asian what? Hang on. No, not Asian whores. But piss them off. They can turn quite annoying. But Asian hornet. Like a wasp on steroids. Because like a wasp has had a tin of steroid jokes. Come back.
Sports drinks.
Asian hornet steroid sports drinks. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm reading all of those at the same time. See, I'm doing better, aren't I, Jason? Message of the week. Please don't be mean to arthritic people. Just leave us alone, because the weather has really changed recently, and my hands recently have been absolutely in pain. So please don't annoy people with arthritis, because they might be telling you to fuck off, but they just can't flip you the bird. So don't make them resort to doing it verbally. They might not know you well enough. But this is why mittens were invented, because you can't see it yet. Yes, so arthritis has been absolutely rife today. And moving on kind of to the birthday section. It's not your birthday yet, so you don't get into the birthday section. But there is no show next week, because this is show 4 of 4. So what happens is I do 4 shows, and then I has a week off. America has hornets. They're vicious. Ooh.
Well, we have hornets, but these are even bigger.
What did I say? Asian hornets. Oh, for God's sake. It's hornets. Yes, Jason, no. As in, yes, no. So yes, it is your birthday. Let's just quickly bring up the date. So today is the 2nd. So the 16th of November is the next show. The 16th of November. Everyone take that in and commit it to memory. The 16th of November. Lizzie, I will remind you. But it's quite easy to remember your birthday because it's bonfire night. So I'd like to ask the people of where we live, what's with it's the 2nd.
Why are they celebrating my birthday?
And it's Tuesday. What makes you have fireworks on a Tuesday on the 2nd? The Americans love their fireworks on the 4th of July. We like ours on November the 5th. November the 5th, as I've been over it again, it's the 2nd. Now, if you don't have it on the 5th,
Guy Fawkes night.
you have it on the weekend after. You don't have it on a school night beforehand, you absolute dummers. Because it scares pets, it scares old people, it scares horses, and it scares cattle. At least if it's a designated date, people can take care of their scaredy animals. We've got try 5 kind hemp active gel for your hands. Does well for me. Oh, is that a Holland
What's
and
it
Barrett
called?
thing? 5 kind hemp active gel. Okay.
And who sent that in?
Stevie D, can you send me the link for that, babe? No, the week you have off Sis is your best show. I know, because you watch it twice.
Exactly.
Yes, and Josh, is that Josh from the weekend? Hello, you beautiful people. Yes, if it is, I mentioned you already in the show. Other than that, you're just somebody called Josh, and I had a weekend with somebody called Josh. So yeah, it's called Remember the 5th of November, not light your fireworks on the 2nd one, you idiots.
Well, it's remember the 5th of November because it's Christine's birthday.
Yes, nothing to do with gunpowder treason or plot.
No.
So that's the village update. We're going to move on to the birthday section. So next week will be your birthday section, but we'll focus on you on the next one, which will be the 16th.
I'll have forgotten it all by then.
Yeah. It's birthday for 2 comedians. Stephen Evans had a birthday, I think it's today. And he was such a nice guy to interview. He was absolutely lovely. Brought his funny with them. And also Big Dr. Who fan, which is going to make me biased anyway. No, we're not discussing the Doctor because I haven't seen the Doctor. So please watch your spoilers.
No spoiler.
So Swansea will be ablaze with them earlier. Was ablaze them everywhere. They will be on every night for the next week going past experience. Oh, why? Makes no sense. It's me, the crazy guy with the axe. There we go. It is Josh from the weekend. Oi. And yes, I was talking about our shots fired. So yes, and then another comedian who is a Romanian comedian that I met in London, Alexandra Kraken.
Uh-huh.
She did the Black Lives Matter comedy, and she is hilarious. She's beautiful. She's so deadpan. And the stuff that comes out of her mouth is absolutely hilarious. And happy birthday, lovely girl. My friend from way back when I was a trainee teacher, Graham Evans, we still mess each other on our birthdays going, "Hi, Graham, got any friends?" No.
Just me.
Just me. And yeah, we used to take it in turns to go, "Oh, phone's for you." And we'd make up someone's name. And then you go over it and let me know when they go, "Oh, no, it's your friends. You got none." And I like it as a grown-up that you could still be that bloody childish. And last but not least, for Michaela Johnson, who I knew in 2008, I worked with her in a festival. Absolutely beaming ray of sunshine, totally and maybe unhealthily obsessed with Damon Albarn. But yes, happy birthday, lovely girl. So that's the birthday section. He's a cheeky. Yes, he is. Banners. Village update. So yes, TV and radio. So Archers, we are still not updating the Archers because we're a week behind. Yeah. That's somebody with an overly large scooter. It's not a motorbike, it's a scooter. You can make it as loud as you want. You just look like a prick on a scooter. I know you're not watching because you're just outside our window. So to go to sleep, I've always got to listen to a little murder mystery. It is the Dorothy Sayers, Dorothy L. Sayers. I'm going for Lord Peter Wimsey at the moment, called Whose Body, where they find a naked man wearing a pair of Pesnay.
Pincers.
No, Pesnay, which are those little glasses that just sit on your nose, fully stark bollock naked, apart from a pair of glasses, and he's found in the bathtub of an accountant.
Hercule wear those little.
He has been known to, yes. There was also some recently in a not Death Becomes Her, but yes, there's another Agatha Christie where that's quite famously in it as well. Then I'm listening to Jason PJ at the moment. I'm on catch up, so they're talking heavily about Married at First Sight, to the point where even though I haven't watched the Australian Married at First Sight, I've heard them speak about it so much, I know the characters, which is great about in-depth reviews. So TV-wise, we are regularly ploughing on with Castle, and I'm loving the fact Pince-Nays. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ray. Yes, so we are still ploughing on with Castle, and there's quite a few seasons to watch, so we're very fortunate that we can just keep dipping in and out. It's going to take us quite a while.
Yeah.
I've recognised probably half an episode.
As much as that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to say half. It's not. It's a quarter of an episode. Maybe I just recognise the characters. But it really is. We've left it so long. We could have watched it, forgotten it, and watched it again by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Judging by the fashions. We've been loving Strictly, but we are a week behind, so we haven't watched Halloween Night. And we are loving John and Johannes. I love Giovanni and Rosie. The woman out of Dragon's Den is absolutely amazing.
She is good.
And the boy out of McFly did a very good foxtrot, was it? Or waltz. He's not my favourite, but I can't deny how good he was. Yeah. Then movie-wise, we have managed to watch a movie, even though we've been busy. We watched First Wives Club. And if you haven't watched it, shame on you. It's for girls and boys. And other defines. But yes.
Again, it's not the first time we've watched it, but as with all things, we had forgotten.
I remembered certain bits of it, but I had forgotten a lot of it. And Goldie Hawn's lips. They would have used prosthetics now, but the fact they did just put extra lipstick on it and make her do this, but then kind of show, and she did it. I mean, she is so amazing. And believe it or not, but I'm 40 years old. Diane Keaton was 50 when she was in that show.
Really?
Yeah, and I just thought, I'm looking okay for 40. I'm looking okay for 40. She looked older than 50, I'd say.
Oh, I would have thought about that.
Yeah. We got some comments. New Doctor Who. No, I haven't seen it. I'm because I haven't had a chance to watch it, and I didn't want to. I tuned in a few minutes too late, and if you can't watch it from the very, very beginning, don't watch it at all. So just got home, cadets. Glad I haven't missed you completely. AJ, you'll be mentioned in my thank you section for having. I mentioned you earlier for having a great night as well. Glad that you and Josh are watching. Sorry about you having to go to the hospital today and you had to get up and get a bus at 8:10. I mean, I don't like getting up early, but I don't like getting up early and catching public transport. Oh, no. Poor Loz has to get up early and run public transport.
Oh, that's different. She's sitting in
She's
the
the
cab
tram
on her own.
driver.
In actual fact, if she didn't like the look of the passengers on the station, she doesn't have to stop.
Doesn't have to stop. We've never, Lou. We must ask Sam if she's ever done that. Just stopped, not let the train stop. So yes. Now I watched a show, and AJ, you've just tuned in to hear the exact same conversation that I had with everybody on Saturday night. Josh Lewis, hey, hey. So look, we got AJ and Josh. But I got up on Saturday and I took to the sofa. I ate a lot of carbs. It was a lovely carby day because I knew I was going out in the evening, so I had to carb load like you do before a marathon. And I got some blankies and some pillows, and I put on a show that I've been sort of seen the trailer come up a few times. It was called Shadow and Bone. Now I've now made it to episode 7. Still not a clue what's happening. They're an hour-long episodes. Production value, high. Costume, high. CGI, fantastic. They've got Zoe Wanamaker in it, which is always a good sign of some sort of a drama. You don't know what it's about. A girl makes a lot of light and then proceeds to make a little bit of light. And at this point...
And a fella makes a lot of black.
Yeah. And now the guy that makes the shadow has stuck an antler in her neck. And everyone's fine with that, except for her. That's not a lot for 7 hours of viewing.
No.
Technically, I should have a CPC module for this. I've paid more attention to this than I have for a CPC module, which is a 7-hour training course for a truck driver. In joke. But yes, very confusing. Would I recommend it?
No.
No. Not even to myself. Will I continue watching it till the end of the season? Obviously.
It's the sort of thing you can put on and just chat through.
Right, Stevie D, that's because she's the sun maker. She's not making the sun, she's making light. And I thought she called them the sun maker because...
no, didn't he call her the Sun Queen?
They call her the sun summoner, the sun maker, the sun queen. But ultimately, it just looks like she's got like a Duracell party trick in her hand. It doesn't... I've got a torch, mate. Woo! You know? And then at one point, she made one little ball of light into 2 little balls of light. And the world fucking stopped and applauded at that. Is it enough to save the world? At the moment, Shadow Man has stuck an antler in her head and she can't even control her own powers. He looks at her and she's like, oh, if only I... And then he just touches her like that and she goes, woo! Like, you know, there must be something in the controller at this point. I don't know. Get involved on the chat if you've watched it. It's a hell of a journey. Your birthdays were both in lockdown. Very true. So I'm still 38. We have been through this. Thank you very much, Ray. You are a fucking legend. My age was guessed a couple of days ago. They said early 30s. Shut up, Noel. And then today it was guessed at mid to late 30s. I'll take that. No 4s were mentioned in the making of this age. Only because I don't act my age. Jason, did you get all of your carbs you wanted? Any good carbs? Started off with eggs on toast. I nagged her until I got an emergency pasty, and then we are body weight in roast chicken and veg and roasties. So yes, every 5 minutes I minded you I was hungry.
We went out to do some shopping.
No snacks.
And it was hard work with Lucy saying, Mum, we've got to go home. I'm hungry.
40. Nah. 38. Nah. 12. Massively 12.
If we don't go home and eat, I'll be forced to eat something.
I was like, I'll buy something. I even offered to go and buy us stuff, but you're like, we've got food in the home. Ray, I don't have Netflix, so I'm not bothered. Do I look bothered? Am I bothered? A little bit. But to be honest, Ray, I'm taking it for the team. All right? I will tell you by the end of the season whether or not it was overall worth it. At the moment, I am regretting starting it, but I'm not a quitter, like Shania Twain would say. The bone from the deer thing that makes her a part-time baddie. Right, yeah, right. So, spoiler alert again. You had to kill the deer in order to own the amplifier bone. but he's put the bone in her. So it shouldn't work on her. It should only work on him if you go by the books. We can trust books when it comes to killing deers and making them amplifiers. Give us the facts. Oh my God. Honestly, what was the last thing I was confused by?
Lots of things.
It was Wonder Woman. How did they manage to get the TV amplified? Anything with amplification in sci-fi or fantasy, I'm drawing a line at. AJ Roberts, carbs are good. Carbs are Ebenezer good. I have 26 episodes of Supergirl to watch, so I think I've got 117. I'm not quite sure. I'm now intimidated by the amount of Supergirl I've got to watch, to the point where I won't watch any Supergirl. I know what happens, seen them all. Oh, I don't want there to be a season 2. I just want her to make a lot of white light, to kill his shadow. Everything goes back to normal. The black guy gets the goat back. The Indian girl goes off with the guy.
Lost a goat?
Yeah, he got attached to a goat. Then he put a bullet around the goat's neck and then set the goat free with the bar woman. And then the tracker boy found the goat and he used the bullet to free himself to then meet up with the black guy. That shouldn't be the most memorable storyline in that entire show, but the goat, the
goat stole the show.
The goat stole the show, and the black guy who has the goat, probably one of my favorite characters in it all. He is so handsome, and his clothes are so firm, and he's naughty.
He wears
his hat on a little jaunt. Yes, so he's won the show. Fuck the magic trick, people. Yes, so that, if you understood any of that, that was our TV and radio review. So yes, please. I watched 8 episodes of Lost, decided life was too short. Mate, I watched 2 episodes of Lost, found out there was a second season, therefore they'd still be lost and not found, called it quits. Only about, 60 minutes of my life left?
And I think if you've seen Lord of the Flies, you don't need to watch anything else like that.
Oh, Stevie D, what he said, the goat comes back. Bad guy gets killed, but doesn't. End of season 1. If the goat comes back, I'm in. Okay, that's the incentive I needed. I needed to know about the goat.
What colour's the goat?
It's like a little cooney, like the boys had. So it's more like, was Finley the browner one? It's got more of the whitey grey.
So more Ferguson.
Yeah, more Ferguson, and it's got the little nose and everything. The goat nose! Very much like a big snozzle on a moose. Little goat nose. I'm losing it. So we are going to wrap things up. I want to say thank you very much, as always, to the Dream Team, to the Warriors, to Sally, to Leona and Lizzie, AJ, Josh, Alec, Bev, and Bill, to Chris and Ray, the Poddies, Elizabeth and Mervyn, and everyone else at my job. The goat is kebab side.
Did you say Ray and Mary?
I said Chris and Ray. I didn't say Ray and Mary.
Oh,
unfortunately, right. I didn't involve Peter either. It was no spouse week. But yes, please remember, it is week off next week. So it'll be back. You can always rerun some of these shows. I'm sure a couple of you will start commenting on Tuesday because you set yourself reminders. I know a lot of you have actually had been told to get set reminders. You tune in and then you think, she covered this last week. I'll comment in. Get some new material, love. I'm so clever and wise. Oh, I'm watching last week's show, aren't I? And I know you've all done it. So yes, thank you very much. And to everybody at my new job, honestly, if you're watching, not only am I enjoying working with you, I'm enjoying finding new friends at the company as well. And that I never thought I'd imagine saying, apart from the Arctic guys, I've only got one Arctic. I've got 2 Arctic guys that I like. The rest of them. But yes, love you all very much. See you next Tuesday.
And I'll see you next week.
Next week, yeah. Let's bring up the song. So yes, please have a lovely and safe firework night. Go bobbing for apples. Don't lose any fillings or crack any teeth on toffee apples. There's always someone every year that bites down and realises that toffee apple's going to cost them 270 quid. Love you both. Love you back, babe boy.
Love you all.
So, see you, hun. See you in a bit. But yes, thank you all so very, very much. Doo-doo. Ba-na-na. Yeah, have a lovely week off. Wrap it warm.
Yes,
Keep washing your
please.
hands. People are still infected with stuff, and everyone's getting it now.
People are riddled.
Oh, right. Thank you. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye. Time for food. Oh,